Heyo, Nekarad here, and first video in a really long time since of Christmas and New Year and other things. Well, today I want to talk about something that affected me very badly 3 years ago. And it is linked to why I have this trachea scar. Before that though, I'm going to be using my video camera, so I'll be in vlog on my mobile, so I'll be in vlog form until I get a proper camera or webcam, mic, and hopefully a game capture card. Obviously money is the issue. But anyway, the thing that affected me was a very severe illness called autoimmune encephalitis. This is a diverse group of neuropsychiatric disorders recognized very recently, and it presents acutely to a subacutely, with alterations of consciousness, cognitive decline, seizures, and abnormal movements. Messed up that. Basically, short term, my immune system was attacking my brain, and it almost killed me. I spent 9 weeks in hospital, most of it unconscious, without much knowledge of what was going on. So I'm just going to go through the story, and if you want to read it, I'll put the link in the description down below to the actual page that has it on, because the last hospital I was in, I was one of the first few patients in a new hospital at the time, called Noah's Ark Children's Hospital for Wales. So they had an opening ceremony, but I was too sick to manage to cope, so I went to a playroom they had, which had windows looking out the foyer, and I watched from there. So it was about the end of February in 2015. I was in year 11, so the last year of mainstream comprehensive school or high school, and I started feeling unwell. I wasn't eating well, I was losing my ability to speak, and I was getting upset and angry about things and just bursting into tears. I will admit I did used to cry a lot before, but this was just random stuff was causing it. The behaviour was out of character. It was not me, or what people recognised me as, at least. The symptoms continued, they didn't go away, and I was off school for quite a few weeks ill. 10th of March, my mother took me into school for a meeting with my head of year, and I didn't recognise it at all. I didn't recognise the school, I didn't recognise my head of year, I didn't recognise the school nurse, who, all of that I knew very well beforehand, because my GCSEs were approaching. Obviously my mum made the meeting, but obviously there was no chance I would have been sitting my exams by the end of all this. The nurse came out and said to my mum, "You got to phone the GP right away," because she thought something was extremely wrong. So my mum made an appointment, but within the meantime my speech completely deteriorated, well, nearly almost deteriorated completely. They couldn't stand me, and none of my words would come out right. It was like I was talking gibberish, like I was possessed. So I went to the GP while being confused and disorientated like hell. And the GP listened to me in private, and while I explained what was happening, she rang the hospital, the big one near-ish where I live, to talk to a pediatrician about the symptoms I described and I was showing. And while we were waiting for the GP to be called back by a pediatrician from the hospital, I just declined. And not gradually, just completely in minutes declined. So my parents rushed me to the hospital and I lost it. I was kicking out, I was swearing, I was shouting, I was screaming my head off. I ran out of the hospital when they were trying to full-blown examine me. It's just saying unclothed, and security had to be called to simply get me to calm down and come back into the hospital. They gave me something to calm me down. Psychomedical were all involved. They gave me a sedative so I could stay calm while they did a CT scan, and I was admitted to a ward where slowly I deteriorated more. My speech was worse. My muscles were stiffening, they were cramping up. I was lashing out non-stop. Somebody tried to come near me, they were hit, and I couldn't control it. I had episodes of temperature rises and heart rate scaling off the roof. And they were lasting longer and longer. Following a lung puncture, I was diagnosed with encephalitis. After that, I was transferred to a paediatric intensive care unit. And it was hospital for 2 to 3 weeks. That's after spending about 6-7 weeks, well, 6-ish weeks from the local one to one in the hospital in Cardiff, which I was transferred as soon as they diagnosed me. I was transferred to the children's one. I was on the high dependency unit for a week, and then transferred to jungle ward, so a normal ward, an island ward, where eventually I was like, I only remember jungle ward really, no, island ward really. That's my first few memories. I relatively remember some of the bits before where I was awake, but basically I was left with, well, I had amnesia, then I had partial amnesia. I had to build my memory back up. I had to learn how to write again. Well, had to learn to write, and then it came back properly. And then it's 9 weeks in total in hospital. Took them about a week or so to diagnose me. They thought I was crazy. They thought I had loads of different things. I think they even thought that maybe my depression had snapped and I had a psychosis. With the tracheostomy, obviously when I was put into a induced coma, well, I wasn't breathing properly anyway, and they had it in my mouth, and that didn't seem to be working very well, so they put it in my throat. I pulled it out twice. On the third time, it was my auntie that said, take it out, she can breathe. She hates it. I hated all the wires and the tubes. I kept wanting to pull them out and run away. But the first time I pulled it out, I went black and I went blue in the face. I couldn't breathe and I almost died. I didn't know what I was doing, but I almost died. I could feel my brain losing all the oxygen. Within the last week, I was starting to get better. Just about. So, but I recovered quicker than a lot of cases, and this is a rare condition, but it took 2 months to be able to do things properly. I was relying on a wheelchair for about the first month out, and I still didn't understand. I kept wanting to say I wanted to go back to school. In the hospital I kept writing prom, results, college. prom results, college, constantly. Once I could write and once I could speak, I was just saying that I was determined. I kept those memories, the important things for my future, which was a miracle in my head that I got to go to prom in the June. I was a normal 15-year-old taking GCSEs, and then I couldn't walk, I couldn't speak, I couldn't do anything. But I was surrounded by brilliant staff in the hospital, in the Onset, and I'm sure in the Cardiff one and the local one, I probably had brilliant staff too. The neurologist was amazing. She was awesome, absolutely awesome. I had physio, I had there was teaching staff, student doctors that had the time to listen and take time to learn about my condition. And there was play specialists. One brought a keyboard into the room and I was playing Farajaka and London Bridge is Falling Down. I got that stuck in my head. Thanks to re-jogging the memory of Black Butler. Creepy toy guy. The nurse assistants and housekeepers and ward-based caterers were so supportive. Apparently they all kept asking how I was doing, keeping up on my condition, helping me once I could walk to get proper food and try eating properly, encouraged me to eat the right things with the vitamins and everything. So I am so thankful for them because they literally helped me. So that's try to save my life. There isn't an actual cure. It's literally, you can have steroids, you can have all medicine they can recommend, but it's willpower. Willpower to pull yourself through, to get your memories to get better. Even though you can't think properly. But I managed to. And I'm so thankful that my family stood beside me. I had 2 friends visit throughout the thing. I'm so thankful to be here, to have a boyfriend, to have a life, to be able to go to college, to be better, to have gone to more Comic-Cons, to have gone to EGX and met Yoscast. But I will admit, things that have gotten me through is writing, reading and watching YouTubers. I will say Markiplier's humour helped me a bunch. His videos, his gaming. Same with Yoscast. Same with Jacksepticeye. God, his accent. I'm actually going to see Markiplier on the You're Welcome tour in Cardiff in February. I'm happy about that. If there's anyone that's gone through this or other types of encephalitis, there are support groups. The Encephalitis Society, the Alliance, loads of Facebook pages. So if you've gone through this, or you care for someone who is or has gone through it, get in contact with them, go like their pages, go follow them, sign up, and you are not alone. So yeah, this has been a sad video, but it was a massive part of my life, and I wanted to express what happened. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I'm happy to be here. Red signing out. Ciao.
Wow. That's brilliant.
Tuesday we've done this, so Katie should be really pleased with herself.
Nice.
Turn a little bit towards the bed. Can you see what the bed is?
That's it. Turn to me, Katie. So you're going all the way around. So keep upright and two, all the way. Don't sit down yet, stand up tall. And then you've got to stick your bottom really far out. Because otherwise